Hi guys, it's Thippy D here, back here like the sun. We're gonna keep playing on this Factorio um, playthrough, and so we've just hooked up the iron. So I'm going to now try and hook up the copper, and that should mean that we can basically we can deconstruct all this, and just run everything off the bus, which is, I guess, where the fun side of Factorio really starts happening, because that's when I can start planning and getting everything as clean as possible. We have quite a bit of belt here now, so that's good, and I'll just run this up without actually plugging in the copper just yet. I'll run this up here. I think the next thing to do after this will have to be the setting up of the main furnace structure. Just so that because at this point we need to ramp up production of copper and iron in particular, and I just want to, instead of setting up kind of 8, 12, 16 furnaces per resource in a hodgepodge manner, I just want to do it structured and so it's all ready to go and expandable from the get-go. For now, I will just plug this in this way. Again, really messy for now, but close your eyes and now you can reopen them and pretend that we've got a nice clean bus here. That copper will come through. Green science is happening, albeit slowly, because I'm only running it through one science lab at the moment, so that's fine. And I just need to remember, I'll just keep these supplied with iron. What I need to do after oil processing is trains, because it remains the fact that our iron supply is going to run out pretty quickly, and I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to have an alternative in time. What I will do is well, I want to start setting up the first factories here. Do I do that first, or do I set up a furnace? I think, unfortunately, I guess furnace construction is probably the more boring option, but it's something I probably need to get set up first. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to, I'm not going to deconstruct what I already have, because I want that resource to continually, I just want that to keep running until I need to turn it all off, because I'm moving everything to the bus. Right, so I've got my furnaces here, and we're going to do this in a format that I'm more used to, and I think I want to start around there, so that's fine. So again, just thinking of layout, so I'm doing the furnace here, and that will mean that if maybe I've got a train station here, that's the easy way to get that, get the train station output plugged into the furnace input, if that makes sense. So I think that location works. We are going to do it this way. So I think it's going to be, is it going to be 1 too? Yeah, that's going to be 1 too small. And again, like I say, I've probably copied this particular design off someone else, so this is certainly not my own. I dare say it's probably going to be a Roomba's, so shout out to him. And I've watched way too much of Roomba, not just Factorio, but he does other things on his channel, other games that I'm really like, they're totally my kind of game. I don't like kind of first person shooters or anything like that. I'm very much I don't know what you call it, but it's like a strategy puzzle games, and really complex, I guess you might call them logical puzzles or something like that, where it's I'm trying to figure out how I describe the kind of game I really enjoy. It's logical, so you can always see how your actions affect the game. It's never down to chance. It doesn't often rely on like Twitch control, like clicking quickly and getting accurate with that kind of thing. I like taking my time with games and figuring it out from a mental perspective, how a problem should be solved, and Arumba's channel really has a lot of games that I really enjoy because of those attributes. So things like EU4, Europa Universalis 4, and I'm going to forget them now, but there's a new one that he's playing, Aurora 4X, which looks really interesting, and probably not a game that lots of people will enjoy because it looks like it's spreadsheets in space, but again, just that kind of thing, really, really interesting, strategic, mindful games, I guess. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Arumba before, go check out his channel. I owe a lot of my gaming, I don't know what the word is, gaming hobby origin story from his channel. He's given me a lot of ideas about what games to play and what games I would enjoy, because I guess we would probably enjoy very similar games. Okay, so this is the furnace structure, in short. No, I lie. I'm missing one crucial component, and that is the fuel supply. So I'm going to put them in as well. So the fuel comes in on the left and the right of each channel. The ore will come up the left, and the output, the refined ore iron plate, will come out the right. So I'll set that up now just so that we've got something to work with. There we go, so that's plugged in. I haven't plugged in the iron, so they're all, each furnace item is crying out for some coal, so I'll just go collect that to kickstart the process. I will ship some of that iron across eventually, and in fact, I wonder if I set up an alternative supplier now. We probably don't need these guys here because we have no need for kind of bulk coal collection with which to insert into other furnaces, because it'll all be automated at this point. Have I run out of those diggers? Yeah, no. So I realise I probably shouldn't be using these guys anymore anyway, because again they just require coal, and they'll require me to constantly resupply. So I'll just set up a quick array for coal. It's probably going to shut down the whole factory as I disconnect that electricity pole. Although no, I realise that I've actually got redundancy in there, despite my least intentions to set up redundancy is in there, which is nice. So I will plug these guys in, get them going, and start shipping that coal across to our furnace area. Still in pretty short supply of transport belt. And so what I'm going to do, I don't have any. Oh, I do have smart inserters, so I'll set one up and just collect some of these transport belt for future use. Because I can run over here and collect these, but it's probably, how much is it? 50 at a time or something like that. 43 at a time. So this is probably going to be much more worthwhile. Set up a filter to only collect those. Plug that in, and probably no need to limit that at that point. We probably can use all the transport belt that I can get. So oil processing still happening. That's good. I think the inserters, this row of inserters will serve as a good source whenever I need them. I mean, I've got plenty at the moment, 50 at the moment, so that's fine. And I'll just continue to. Now, what happened here? So this. Oh, okay. So while I did say that there was redundancy, I actually just completely lied. Turns out there is no redundancy. I don't know what I was thinking, what I was commenting on there. I actually just did. I severed the connection, and set up this so that the coal comes in like this and under here. And this is like, again. So in discussing the aesthetics, I like setting up each channel, each column of furnaces in exactly the same way. So you'll see this repeated over and over again. we'll just move this for now. This will be a pretty large biter target once the coal's plugged in and the refining is actually cranking. Lots of pollution will be coming out, and so I'll need to set up some defences to manage that. But not right now. Can't be bothered. I can't actually see any biter bases on the map yet, and I guess that's because we started with a large starting area. So that's good. Biters are not something I've said many times before. Biters are not something that I enjoy dealing with, and I only deal with them out of necessity, really, for so that I can get purple science and the like. Did I inadvertently start that up? No, I didn't, because why? Oh, because I haven't even okay, so I don't know what I'm thinking today. I'm a bit lost. I'm not quite paying attention to my own game. I need to set this up properly. So that pulls from there. These guys are going to pull from here. I need to build more. That's better. I don't know what I was thinking. Bit of a yeah. Need to create more of those long-handed inserters, so I'm just going to steal some of this iron. You can already see it's we're probably consuming most of the iron we're producing, I think. If we look at production, consumption 1.2, no, consumption is half of what we're producing, so that's, you'll see the excess come through onto this belt. So yeah, 50% of what we're producing is being used, so the other 50% I'm vacuuming up now so that I can create some more long-handed inserters so that I can properly set up this furnace area. I still haven't connected the coal, so I'll do that next. And just checking that, yeah, I've done that right this time, so I'll just I need to plug this into the main line, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it across over here and pull it this way. Now I need to go collect some more transport belt. How quickly is that accumulated? That's alright. Could be going faster, but for now I think it'll suit our needs. I don't think we're falling behind in any major way. I should probably change over these guys as well, so I'll do that, just so that we don't have to worry about resupplying them with coal every time. And I might as well, he's nearly run out, and he's nearly run out too, so good timing. Now what I can't replace at this point is the furnaces themselves, because I haven't finished setting up the coal furnace line. So I'll just have to resupply these for the time being, but it shouldn't be long. Hopefully by the end of the episode I've got both columns up and running, so that I don't have to worry about resupplying furnace columns and things with coal all the time. It'll just happen automatically. What I would be interested in is if you are enjoying what's been done so far. I know so far it's been pretty standard stuff, and hopefully, I guess I'm aware that my uniqueness, if there is any uniqueness, will probably only start coming through once the main bus is up and running, and I'm really producing everything at a better speed. But yeah, I've got copper on the iron line, which isn't good. I wonder if that's because yes, this guy is here picking up some copper, which isn't good. So let's turn him off and him off. Yeah, what I was saying is I wouldn't mind just some feedback on, first of all, like who have you played Factorio, who are you used to Factorio in general, And how much have you played? Like, am I speaking to people that are looking at what I'm doing and rolling their eyes in derision because I'm just making, despite quite a few hours playing this game, I'm still making amateur mistakes and all that stuff, or like because of what I'm doing is just so plain and basic, it's a little bit boring. Yeah, if you guys just let me know if you're Factorio veterans or I don't know, or beginners basically, and I don't know, like let me know. I'm still, I I haven't been explaining all the mechanics of the game because I'm assuming that you all know Factorio relatively well. I guess that's the assumption I'm running on. And if you think that's a poor assumption to make, let me know as well. And I guess I can slow down and explain some of the mechanics if you're interested in that kind of thing as well. Like I say, I'd be delighted actually if my efforts here mean that I get some of you guys onto Factorio in a big way. Maybe you're just watching casually and you've stumbled upon this somehow, and you're interested in the game. So let me know if I can help you out there. But yeah, like I say, I couldn't. What's the word? What am I trying to say? I can't say enough about this game. This game really is something unique and something that it's just a time drain because of how much how addictive it is basically, and it's just so satisfying building a factory that works really well, that cranks out resources at a good pace because of a change that you've made or a design of a factory that you've improved. Yeah, I'm probably not selling it all that well, but needless to say, I really do enjoy this game. I'm just expanding this furnace line here because I think we could do with a little bit more iron production. Now, an interesting thing. So, okay, let's go. So, one of the unique things I'm hoping to bring to this Let's Play is I think I've said before, I'm actually in logistics for a career. Like, that's what I do, and I'm hoping that my knowledge of that area of the world translates over to Factorio in an interesting way. And I guess the reason why I say that now is I was about to say I'm expanding this furnace line, right? And one of the fears that I have at the moment is that we're not going to have enough iron to, like, our ore deposit down below is actually pretty slow and it might run out fairly quickly. And that's probably one of my main concerns at this point. And one of the risks of opening up this furnace and expanding it and making it go as fast as it will be going now is that we're going to deplete that iron resource quicker because we're going to consume more of that iron. That it might seem like a problem at the outset, but I don't think it is, because we're going to be producing that iron in any regard, and the faster that iron gets produced, the better. Oh, look at this! Just on good timing, all these furnaces have run out of coal, and I can actually deconstruct them because I won't be using them anymore. Yeah, it's not actually going to be a big concern because, look, that iron's going to be depleted anyway, and if we're producing it faster, we're either going to be producing it faster in respect to how we're consuming it, or we're going to be producing it slower than how we're consuming it. And either way, the end result's still the same. The bottleneck in the whole process is the production speed, how much we're consuming that resource anyway. So that iron was always going to be produced as iron. It doesn't turn into anything else. So yeah, there's no concern of mine that maybe we're going to run out too quickly, because there is no too quickly. We can box that iron up. We can store it in buffer chests and all that stuff and use it later on. And it's just going to be the same amount of iron that we always had. And I guess the only reservation to that is perhaps the relationship iron has to steel, and whether we want to, how much we want to convert to steel. Again, not a consideration that actually needs too much concern, because again, you can convert stored iron to steel whenever you want anyway. So and perhaps the only legitimate concern for quickly consuming the iron resource would be maybe with the modules that come later in the game, the product, I can never remember which is which. The productivity modules are the it's not the efficiency modules, and it won't be the speed, so it will be the productivity modules that effectively increase the amount of resource that you can get out of the smelting area. Like at the moment I think it's 1 ore to one iron, one piece of refined iron, 1 to 1, but with a productivity module, and it might be more like 10 to 11 type thing, 10 ore to 11 plate, and so it effectively increases the resource. And that's probably the only legitimate concern that you'd have. Maybe you're trying to save your iron for later on when you have better productivity modules so that your actual output is increased. But having said all that, that's not ever going to be a concern for the early game. It's just we're in no position to be creating those modules at the moment, and so it's not something that we need to worry about. What I'll do is set up. So that iron's cranking along nicely, and the next thing is going to have to be copper. And I was going to start at that furnace, but we've run out of time for this episode, so I'll pause it there. So thank you again for watching, and let me know how you're finding this all in the comments. Love to hear from you, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers.